There's something that you always say on Twitter. You say great things.
Things happen to, for, and through me.
How would you tie what you say and what you believe to just even today that your film is coming to cinema, a film that we're going to see you in?
So I'm a believer. I'm a Christian, and I believe in the power of words. The world was created by words, and I know it's not just enough to say things, but first say things. First say these things. You know, the kind of things that you want or you envision. You see them in your mind first, and then you proclaim them with your mouth. And that's it was something that I felt like I needed to say at some point in my life where I thought good things may or may not happen for me, and I just decided to continue to affirm great things happen to, for, and through me, and to the glory of God.
So tell me, what is one thing that this project has taught you, just the experience of being part of the artefact?
Ooh, it's taught me that there's beauty in the places you seek beauty. It's taught me that community is important. It's taught me that it's okay to dream, and it's okay to dream big. Yeah, I think those are the three things it's taught me so far.
Can you tell me what you love the most about being on this unique adventure of a project?
I love the fact that he's selling our country in the right light. It's showing the opulence of the whole nation, which is just beyond Lagos. And I'm always a big fan of story that tells of history and anthropology, because artifacts basically are the relic of history. And you want to know who we are, that's how we get to know who we are. So it's a positive vibe for me. And a curious mind will always want to search for stuff. So that's why Artifact is alive.
How would you encourage other filmmakers to explore other locations outside Lagos?
You already know now.
Okay.
One thing that I believe works better for the industry is not to tell people by the mouth. Go ahead and do it.
Okay.
People would love to see your results way more than your discussion. Aha. So I think by just going to do what you need to do, if you want people to see, just do it.
Tell me about the experience being on the artifact.
I can only say so much about it, but you need to be immersed in the world of the artifact really to understand the beauty, the magic that we made for you. Everybody always says that, you know, this is first of its kind. Guys, 8 states, 3 major waterfalls in Nigeria. Do I need to go on? And then I'm the leading man? Come on now.
So tell me one thing about this project that will stay with you even for years to come.
For me, it's the first. For me, it's the fact that it's the first of its kind. Nigeria's first true adventure film, where we traveled. My nigga, what's up? The fact that we traveled across these 8 different states to bring such a beautiful project to you guys, and the fact that I got to be, you know, one of the actors on it. Big ups to everyone, the cast, the crew, everyone in post production. Like, guys, I love you guys, and I'm glad that we're able to bring out this gift and show the world.
Tell me about your character Emma in the artifact. And tell me one similarity that you have with her and something that she did that you will never ever do as Wendy.
Okay. Emma is a very serious, agent. Similarities, I don't know. Because Emma is a very serious person. Okay. I can count the number of times she smiled in this movie. I'm not like that.
Well, she was a lover girl too.
Was she though?
We saw some, mouth action in
it took, oh my god. No, it took a lot for her to get to that point.
Okay.
Yeah. So one thing that separates me from Emma, one thing that Emma did that I wouldn't do, is probably leave something to stew. You know, if she, God, this thing, you want me to answer, it's going to give a lot of things away. Let's leave it there.
Working with Lord Tanner, have you worked with him before the artifact? And what was that like?
I've never worked with Lord Tanner before, but working with him this time, it felt like I'd been here before, It was such an amazing experience, welfare-wise, production-wise. It was a beautiful experience. Amazing.
And what do you think that Nigeria has to do so that more people will, explore doing other films in places outside Lagos?
So I think what Lord Tanner Productions did was a very brave move. It's easy to say, but to do is another thing entirely. Imagine having 100 and something people on the road, cast and crew traveling together. It is a very, very brave feat. There are many places that are yet to be explored in Nigeria. There are places that I saw in the course of this movie that I have never seen, that I wouldn't have been able to see if not for this movie. So I think this movie should inspire people to travel out. There's so many other places to be, so many other places to shoot. I know logistics and everything, but trust me, there are many other beautiful places that have never been touched. When you watch this movie, just look out for those pictures. They're there.
I played Zara in the artifacts, one of the 4 kids that went looking for the stones. It's a very, very beautiful character, right? But I think a lot of people are going to insult her because the girl is just so... She fell in love at some point, she forgot her. She's just a free person, right? Real life, I am not Zara.
Tell me about the experience working with director T.
Lottie is an actor's director. He really is amazing. He was like a father, right? There were some things that as an actor you feel you're not good enough, but this is someone who will call you and tell you can do this. Because there was a time, I stopped believing in myself. But then he will call you behind the camera and tell you, this is what I want you to do, and then it comes out well, and then you watch it and you're like, okay, so I've had this thing in me all this while.
Well, so Mustafa is a very, very, very entertaining character. He's very gentle, but very, very deadly. Circumstances made him to be on the other side alive. In a very bad gang for a senator that hires them to go and do shady things for the politician and all that, just to make ends meet. But deep down he's a good person. But no, this is fun. It's fun to be with.
What would you say was the best state that you visited on this trip, making the artifact?
So of all the states we went to, my best state is Jos.
Why? Because
I'm from Jos.
Okay.
Yeah, because the weather in Jos is amazing. I was telling them, they didn't believe me until when they got to Jos. When they got to Jos, there was a night they were going to film a night scene and they were all freezing.
You were not freezing?
No, because I was used to it. But I told them about it and they didn't believe me. So they now went to see a very peaceful atmosphere. Everywhere is so calm. People were accommodating. People were loving. They didn't want to go.
I don't know how many movies have done what we did, but if people get to know what we put in to do this movie, they'll understand why the movie is this good. Traveling from one state to the other, over 8 states, via road for most of the trip. It was a beautiful road trip, and then going to some of the finest places in Nigeria. We went to Inyanda waterfalls, Ngwo Forest in Enugu, and then, Aso Falls in Plateau State. So all of these places, getting there was not funny though. Some of them you had to climb up, some of them you had to climb down. Yes, and it was crazy. But the good thing is we got to capture the essence of what we wanted, and like I said, what my team brings to the movie, we bring the difference. So you have the 4 young guys who are all about, the adventure, the artifact. You have the Mist, who is, I like to call him my rival.
That's why they call me the fucking Mist.
Who tries to act like who is actually the bad guy amongst all of us. And then you have Okey and his squad. Now, someone tagged us the professional unprofessionals. That's very unfair. But I mean, we are professionals. And when you watch the movie, you get so incredible well.
Tell me about, your experience being on this project and moving from one state to another.
It was tasking, but I'm grateful for the fact that I did this with people who are family. So among the goons, there's a saying we are one family. We are one family. It was easier, it was better, working because we're working together. And it was challenging at times, like moving on the road in Nigeria, right? But I'm grateful for the fact that, we've done this film and everybody's going to get to see it now.
Let me tell you what scared me the most on set. So I remember when I was in Enugu and I was filming. So there's a scene where I had to pull up with the car because I drove the guns here. And then of course when I'm on action, once I hear action, I'm on I'm for my work. And then director literally said action because we're in the middle of the road. Yeah. And he said action, and I didn't know soldiers were watching us, and it felt like we were a threat because of course I had my face slashed, my goals, I had these things carries all over my face, so I was scary. And then they just pulled up, the guy cocked his gun, I didn't know, so he said action, and I was driving, and next thing my guys just shouted GP. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, soldier. I'm like, oh my god. I stopped, and then I learned to put my hand on the steering, and then next thing, the guy he already cocked his gun and he was standing. So I'm like, one move, I could have been dead. So I remember I was statue. This is the first time I would even stand very close to a gun.
But I'm sure it's all worth it because we're about to say very beautiful.
Yeah. In the end, it's worth it. And so I'm warning everybody, safety.
Prior to being in the artefact, we haven't really seen you in films for a little bit. So I'm curious as to what made you say yes to the project.
Well, the truth is that, having been in the university and because I want to become a professor there, so I got to face what it takes to become a professor in the university. And that kept me away from the industry. But the truth is that, the secret is that I missed the industry. And now that I'm a professor, and I'm soon to retire actually from the university, I thought, let me come back to my first love. And I've been, receiving scripts. But I love this very, film, The Artefact, because it's not the usual type of story. It's something different, something unique, and because also it's talking about something cultural, something artistic, the artworks, yes, which is my area. So I decided to join them, to make it happen.
Nobody moves.